and tea. The good morning light is here. It's time to start the day. Yeah, it's time to start the day. views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or host. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by the channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we're going to rejoice and be glad in it. And we are excited about another day, another opportunity to come before you. And yes, today is what we call Wisdom Wednesday. And we all know that we're waiting on our co-host, Brother G, to come on. But while we're waiting on him, I'm going to do a little something. So, we're here in Durham, North Carolina. I actually am traveling with none other than Shepherd Mother Polly Brown. We came to the Kingdom Fellowship Assemblies International Orlando convocation. Yes, where Bishop James Farmer is the prelate. Of course, we all know that Bishop Eugene Taylor is the prelate over the entire organization. And so we're up here for the rest of the week. Today, I will be doing a presentation at noon on financial literacy. And this is the month of life insurance. And you all know that I have mentioned that a couple of times in reference to you all reaching back out and looking over your policies for your life insurance. But let me do my howdy do's. Let me make sure that I do what I'm supposed to be doing. And yes, Mother Margaret Feaster, the Dean herself, is on this morning. God bless you. I see Pastor Fred over in Kenya is on this morning. God bless you, sir. I think I seen the executive pastor, Rosemary Townsend. I think I saw her pop in here. God bless you. Thank you for joining. As I mentioned before, I've got Mother sitting here in the room with me. She's keeping me occupied this morning. And then I see Elder Richard Clark. I heard him on the morning prayer. See, I was even listening to the morning prayer where Deacon Charlie blessed us this morning, and we're just excited about what God is doing in this season. We're closing out the year. Of course, we're in the ninth month of the year. So, and what I always share with people is this, that don't get caught up on what you haven't done. Let's talk about what we can do. I see Brother Lou just popped on this morning. God bless you to my brother Lou. But let's focus on these next couple of weeks, days, hours. And let's see how much we can accomplish. It's very easy to look at what you didn't do. Amen, somebody. I was talking to mother, a little while ago, and I said, and I want you all to understand this when I make this statement. I say you have to be stupid. Listen what I'm saying, to have faith. Did you hear what I just said? I know I can get a witness on that, because here we go. Now, faith is the substance of something that you're hoping for, but it's the evidence of things you haven't seen. And so when you really think about it, we talk this faith thing. We read the scripture, and we put words on it. But the real question is, you got to be kind of like out of your head to believe that you could take $5 and yet God still can stretch it to pay a bill. Did you hear what I just said? Or you know that you are sick. Listen to what I'm saying. You know without a shadow of a doubt that you're sick. You've gotten the information from the doctor, but yet you trust God enough. Hello, somebody. You trust him enough that regardless of what the doctor says, the report that I'm going to believe is that of the Lord. So here's my encouraging words for you on today, while we wait on Brother G to pop in, is don't get discouraged of where you are right now. Did you hear what I just said? Don't let your now situation determine your outcome. Because if God said it, that's all that matters. And I think a lot of times we hear it, but then we don't exercise it. And I'm challenging you today to get past where you are and get to a place of where you're trying to go. Did you hear what I just said, Elder Clark? Get past of where you are right now. Yes, I see that I got more bills than I got days in the month. My body is aching with pain, and the medicine seems like it's not working. But I'm challenging you today to trust God enough that when whatever you're going through, if He said it, it's going to happen. And that's what you got to stand on. A lot of times what happens is we get frustrated. On yesterday, as we was traveling, and I always talk about that GPS, as we was traveling up the road, uh, mother said she was hungry. So I said, okay, well, where do you want to eat? And it's always funny when you're talking about eating, because people say, well, what do you want? You say, what do you want? And so finally we figured out what we was going to eat. But here's the thing. Follow me when I say this. The GPS told me to get back on the road. And as I was talking to Mother, I said, Mother, seemed like at some point the GPS would give us a benefit of the doubt of saying, are you going to get something to eat? Or do you have to go to the restroom? But no, the GPS has one function, and that's to get you from point A. I know I'm talking to somebody, to get you from point A to point B. What am I saying? I'm trying to encourage you that whatever is going on in your life, regardless of the detour that you might see or even feel that you're going through, God is going to get you from point A to point B. All you have to do is trust Him on this one. I'm feeling good already. G better come on here, because if not, I'll take the whole 30-minute segment and talk about the goodness of where God has what He's already done this year for you. Yeah, it's super easy to look back and say, this didn't happen and that didn't happen. But you all know my favorite passage of scripture is, this is the day that the Lord has made. And what am I going to do? I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it. Why am I going to be glad? Because He woke me up. Do you know this much, that on yesterday, somebody had every intention of doing something, but guess what? God called them home. And so we've got to understand that as long as we're part of God's kingdom, that we have an assignment to do. And what does that mean? That I've got to get from point A to point B. God bless you, Brother Charlie. I heard you this morning. Awesome word this morning. We got to be focused on getting from point A to point B. Yes, there's going to be detours. As I was saying, once we got our food and we got filled back with gas, guess what? The GPS put me right back on the path that I was supposed to be. And so this is the part that we have to understand, that if God is in your life, you already have a point A and a point B to get to. And the goal of that is to not get discouraged. Don't allow obstacles in life, because as we say, life is life. That's what the young people are saying now. Life is life. And so what that tells me is, regardless of what's going on, it's going to happen. I'm just convinced that being a part of the kingdom gives me an advantage of everything else. Why? Because I trust God just that much that if He said it, somebody might say, I'm dumb enough to believe it. Hello. I trust Him just that much that the things that He has promised me, that it's going to come to pass. And here's the key to it, though. But I got to do my part. And that's where we got to get focused back on. We can't sit around and just wait for God to do something, because God actually has already done it. He said that before you were formed in your mother's womb, He already knew what the plans of your life was going to be. And I think that's sometimes kind of hard for us to realize or even understand, because we're looking at the now. We right now, whatever we're going through, this can't be, because why am I going through this? Well, sometimes we're going through things just so that God God can get the glory. Sometimes we're going through things so he can perfect us and pull out of us what he's put in us. The thing I found out, even when it comes to planting a seed, do you know a seed cannot blossom until it's placed in the ground? Did you hear what I just said? It's got to be placed in some dirt. Sometimes we got to get dirty. Woo, woo, Lord have mercy. I'm about to run out of this room. Sometimes we got to be planted and rooted and purged and all that. Why? For God to get the glory. Boy, G better come on, because I'm telling you, I'm feeling good. This boy Charlie, I'm feeling good, man. But the key to this whole thing is not to lose focus, to stay on the path. As I was talking about that GPS, one thing about it, even though I took a detour, the GPS still kept telling me which way to go. And for everything that I did, it was putting me back on the right track. So what am I saying this morning? That as long as we stay in the will of God, as long as we allow God to be in our life, guess what's going to happen? He's going to keep us on the right path. When things are going wrong or whatever in your life, and you feel that it's not happening, all you have to say, put the word back on. You said. Hey, did you hear what you said? You told me. I'm talking to somebody today. You said I would be the lender and not the borrower. You said I would be the head and not the tail. You said that by your stripes I'm healed. You got to put the word back on him. And guess what? When you do that, he's obligated. Did you hear what I just said? He's obligated, because one thing we know about him, he can't lie. See, the power that he has is when he said, let there, it had to happen. He said, let there be light. And instantly it went from darkness to light. And you got to just get to a place where you trust God that much. So what does that mean? Sometimes you just gotta be crazy. You know, when others saying I don't believe it and this, that, and the other, you say no, but I'm standing on the word of God. If he said it, that's all that matters. Yeah, it might not look like it. Lord have mercy, it might not look like it. But guess what? I trust God just that much. He's brought me this far. See, sometimes, and I share this when I be talking. I say, when you look in your rearview mirror, if you notice that mirror is much smaller than the front windshield. And sometimes even the back window is smaller than the front windshield. Why is that? Because you've already passed that. So once you pass something, you don't have to live in it. Ooh, did you hear what I just said? Once you pass something, you don't have to live in it. Sometimes it's good to be reminded of it, but don't get stuck in it. Bishop's been talking about being stuck. Don't get stuck in it. Yeah, that did happen, but guess what? I'm moving forward. And so as we go through the remainder of this year, as we go even through the remainder of today, the remainder of this week, I encourage you all to understand this, that if God said it, that settles it. Don't get discouraged of your now. I know I'm talking to somebody. Somebody right now is in a situation right now where they're looking at it and saying it just don't look good. Regardless of, I hear you, Bishop, but you don't know what I'm going through. Yeah, I might not know the situation that you're going through, but I know who the situation fixer is. Did I just say something? I know who can fix the problem. The situation can be fixed. All you got to do is trust him enough. Lean on him. Get out of your own understanding and understand this much, that he formed the world even before you was thought of. That he placed each star in the sky perfect. Perfect. Did you hear what I just said? He placed the sun where it needed to be so that we wouldn't get burnt up and we wouldn't get too dark and it would kill the vegetables and the flowers and all that. God already knows what you're going through. So you don't have to sit there and get into a pity party and woe, it's only me and why this happened to me. The question sometimes is why not? Did you hear what I just said? Some things God allows us to go through, and I tell people this all the time, because it's not about you any longer. What you're going through right now is to help somebody else. Because the truth to the matter is, why you thinking it's all that bad, somebody else's situation is worse than yours. Did you hear what I just said? Somebody else is going through something that's worse than yours. Yeah. And so the key to this is understanding this now. To understanding this, that if God allowed it, he's going to get me through it. Did you hear what I just said? Y'all know how much I love Job. And every time I talk about Job, I get just that much more excited, because when I really think about how Job endured what he did, and I always ask the question, well, what if God just was going to bless him anyway? And it just happened that old Slewfoot showed up, and God used that situation to get the glory out of it at the end. And that's what I'm challenging you today, to understand that whatever you're going through, God already knows the outcome. And so because you know, if he's allowed you to be in it, he's also going to allow you to get out of it. Now, a lot of times we look at it, especially when it comes to life and death, we look at it and say, oh, well, the Lord called them home. But that was their assignment was complete. Understand this: their assignment was complete. But here's something that I challenge you to study about. Jesus' ministry really has produced more after death than while he was here on earth. Did you hear? Did you really understand what I just said? That the 3.5 years that he ministered on earth has nothing to do really with how powerful he has been since that time. And so when we understand that, when we truly understand that our purpose in life is not about me any longer, but it's about those that I'm around. It's about those that I come in contact with, that I've got to continue to be that powerful witness that God put in before I was even formed, because he already knew who Greg Twilly was going to be. And we ain't talking about bishop. We ain't talking about daddy. We ain't talking about husband. We ain't talking about brother. We talking about the Greg Twilly that God created. He already knew my income, my outcome, not my income, because he know that too. And I guess that's a prophetic word, brother Charlie. That it's going to be an increase. Somebody grab that right now. When that flowed out, that's a prophetic word, Elder Clark. That an increase is coming. But when I think about how good God has been, I refuse to allow whatever I'm going through to now dictate where I'm going. Did you hear what I just said? I'm at a place now where I refuse to allow what is happening on a daily basis to be the one that's going to determine my outcome. God bless you, Lady Rita. I refuse to get caught up in whatever's going on to allow that to dictate the promises that God has given me. And so regardless of what's going on, I'm going to still do my part. I'm going to get up with a praise in my heart. Here it is. We've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. And the thing of it is, we got up at 6 o'clock this morning with prayer on our mind. And then at 6:30, I heard a powerful word from Brother Charlie. And then now here we are, faith and tea. We in the military, Charlie, what they say, we do more before 9 o'clock than some people do all day long. Why? Because we understand our assignment. And when you understand your assignment, you refuse to allow whatever is going on to dictate where you're going to go. So I want to encourage you today. Don't get caught up in your now. Don't allow your now situation to determine where God is trying to take you. It's just a distraction. As I said, I'm looking at the gas tank, and everybody know that travels with me at a half a tank. I'm gonna fill back up, because I don't like to I don't like to spend a whole bunch of money, even though people say, well, it equals the same. But I know I got some witnesses on here. It looks different when you only spend 25 versus 50. I still might end up spending 50, but it just felt different when I only put the 25 in there. But as I turned off, the GPS said I'm off track. Listen what I'm saying. I want somebody to grab this revelation right here. So yeah, you might be off track right now, but if you put your eyesight back on God, did you hear what I just said? Peter never would have sank in the water had he not taken his eyes off of God, off of Jesus. You hear what I'm saying? So all I'm telling you today is put your eyes back on where they belong. You hear what I'm saying? God has not deserted you. The question is, have you deserted him? The things that's not going on in your life right now, if we do a self-evaluation, and this is going to be my final point as I get ready to close, it's just like when you go to the doctor. Think about it. When you go to the doctor, he don't know. He don't know what the situation is. So he start asking you questions. He start asking you different things. And then as you start telling him, then he starts evaluating and coming up with an antidote. Well, when you're talking about God, he already knows the problem. But you get this what I want this the nugget I want you to catch. He already knows the problem. But every once in a while, he wants you to be able to tell him what the problem is. Did you hear what I just said? It's not that he don't know the problem. He wants you to recognize, hey, there go brother G. He just popped in. Let me get him in right fast. He popped in. He's smiling too, so he must got something he want to say. Give me a second, G. Let me get you in here because I'm telling you, I was fired up, bro. I was fired up, but I'm gonna bring you in right now. And here we go. Let me get him in here. Good morning, G. Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
What's going on, boss?
All right, we can all we see is the sky. Let us see your face. There you go. There you go. Gee, I just been fired up this morning. I was telling them
Nah,
before you.
that's good. That's good. I just ain't want to leave you by yourself, but
Uh, I
I
appreciate.
had an important phone call that I
Talk
had
to
to.
me, G. Talk to me. What was the important phone call?
Nothing. A job was telling me that they wanted me to be a day assistant manager, so I was just trying to just just talk to them.
Yeah.
But I do got 7 minutes to at least
Okay.
throw something out there, so I don't
Well,
waste
you
your
got it.
time.
Go ahead.
So over the last couple days, well, that we're talking about my Falcons. Over the last couple days to see the discourse over my team. The Falcons right now ranked number 2 in defense, and
Uh-huh.
we got a lot of pressure, sacks, and all type of numbers. That's crazy. That ain't normal for Falcons. You know,
Okay.
so I was like, man, so you got the certain one group that's like, nah, they gonna regress. So nah, that's more so Minnesota. That really wasn't what the Falcons were doing. This, that, and the third. And so I'm like, man, so they not trying to acknowledge the rookies that we brought in. Oh, they not trying to acknowledge our new defensive coordinator. Oh, they not trying to acknowledge woo this, that, and the third. So like I said, anytime that football get to frustrate me, I bring it to life. Or if life frustrate me, I'll take it to football.
Uh-huh.
And it got me to thinking, and it's like anything in life. It's like you could be labeled as a certain type of individual. You could be labeled as a certain type of person. The people might have a certain point of view about you. But just because you change, your clothes, just because you change your hairstyle, just because just because for a fact internally you change, just because your personal self say I'm a changed person,
Right, right.
that don't mean that the rest of the world views you or perceives you as that way.
Come on now.
And and then I got to saying, what is it? So I said, you know what, we got to get tested. Once we get tested, and that's really like in real life, it's easy to be like, oh yeah, I don't get mad no more
Uh-huh.
when it ain't no reason to get mad.
Come on. Come
So
on.
so it's
Yeah,
it's it's
yeah.
it's it's not until you really get tested in that newfound season that you're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be in,
Mm-hmm.
where that is when you can really get the do say or hearsay or from that individual, or that is when you can actually say, well, now I got a right to feel some type of way because now you don't want to see me as this new individual. Now I
Uh-huh.
got, but until you get tested, so until you know, so to you bring it full circle, I know we ain't got time, so I gotta be quick. So just to bring it full circle with the Falcons, you know, I said, you know what, I'm cool, you know. The truth, you know, when you taught me that, you told me this a while back. You said, you know what stands above perspective is truth. So I
Mm-hmm.
said, you know what, y'all can perceive the Falcons, however, I can perceive them as much as any kind of way. Truth is truth.
Yeah,
I said
yeah.
so. In a couple weeks, the Falcons go against what we all say as some of the best offenses in the league. So
Mm-hmm.
once we perform the way I feel like we should, the way they feel like we should, and the way that those of them that perceive us as just being, you know, one shot wonders perceive us as, we gonna let that play out. We gonna let that play out, and then I'll come back and see what the discourse is like, and then that's when I'll say, well, now y'all not just respecting my Falcons because now y'all just don't want us to win. Now y'all, you know, but it ain't until you really, you know, can get tested in that new season that you're supposed to
Oh,
be
that's
in
good.
before you really have any, you know, any real reason to feel any type of, and for real, you can, and this is what we gotta really understand, when we weren't living godly like, or we aren't doing godly things, you really
Mm-hmm.
never have you it's really never no time where you can feel ill will towards somebody who perceives you, or because at the end of the day, that's their perspective,
Yeah,
that's
right, right.
their point of view, you know.
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
and like, you know, people always say, you know, this, that, and the third, but at the end of the day, people have emotions. People can
Mm-hmm.
still make it into heaven without being your friend, without being, they can love you, you know, they can love you, they can love the, you know, spirit of you, they can
Yeah, 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 yeah,
acknowledge
yeah, yeah,
God
yeah.
that they
Yeah,
love that individual, but they
yeah,
don't have to like you,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So you know, we really never can get mad at somebody who really never wants to move past what they might perceive you as,
Uh-huh.
or you know, like I say, the point of view that they might have of you. You really never can feel ill to that, but in the same breath, you don't have to live in that either. You
That's right.
know, you don't got to live there. Whatever that you know, you changed, and you can continue to step in it, continue to, and know that's like anything with the Falcons. You know, don't, just because they say you're not a good defense, that don't mean you start acting like you're not a good defense.
Come on,
Continue
preacher.
to be the good defense that you know you
That's
think
right.
you are, you say you are, and when
That's
you
right.
get tested, then you can show. And for real, the test is really you showing yourself. It's not about you showing nobody but
Come
yourself.
on. Come
Because
on.
even you don't even know. It's funny, like people can act all day, this, that, and, oh yeah, I'm a changed person, this, that, and the third, woo, woo. But if you ain't got tested, how do you even know if you a changed person?
Ooh, boy. You talking good.
It's real, it's real. I ain't gonna say it's easy, but you know, it take a couple good weeks, couple, you know, solid days of feeling good about yourself after feeling down,
Uh-huh.
and now you know you could trick yourself into thinking that you're in a better spot than what you are for real, for real. But until you really get tested, that's when you really know where you at.
I love it, man. I love it. And look, the thing of it is, you came on after, because I was getting ready to I was getting ready to tell the organist to go ahead and hit the note, because I was getting ready to grab my ear, G, for real, and then you popped in. But the thing of it is, you came in and kind of like piggybacked off of what I've been saying for the last few minutes. You follow what I'm saying? And here we are now in a season, and let me close it out with this. We're in a season now where your past is your past.
Yeah.
All we can do is judge you off your future now. When you went on that interview, your past got you there because you had a resume. But now the truth to the matter is, your future is going to be determined on where you go from now. You follow what I'm saying? And so we want to encourage
and and and
everybody.
and, 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 and to even like to close it out even better, I'll even let y'all in on a little even more to really bring this home. So we started talking about money. You know, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little something, something. So we started talking about money,
Uh-huh.
and we had a number right now that ain't as pleasing that I would like it to be.
Okay.
But remember what we said. They said, you know what, we understand that you're overqualified.
Come
we
on.
just want we just want to see the
Uh-huh.
work. We just
Uh-huh.
want to see the work, and then we can, come.
Yes.
So that it goes back to, even if you feel like you supposed to be deserving of, or you're
No,
owed
that's
a
good.
certain number, the truth is gonna, you feel me, the truth is
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah. Yeah.
come above the perspective, above, like you say, the past, the whatever, how
Yeah.
you ever want it. It's gonna come, like you say, the cream always rise to the top.
It's always
so
right
so
at the
so
top.
so when it get to the top, you're gonna be able to see that, oh, everything I said I was, I am, and more. And
That's it.
then, you feel me, I can get, paid, or then we can talk about, then I can start feeling a type of way. Right now, I can't feel no type of way, because like you say, what I'm asking for is a little bit more of what they give, but
Uh-huh.
they willing to give it because they know I'm overqualified. They just
Uh-huh.
want to see a little something, something.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I can't feel bad. I can't feel ill will towards them for wanting to at least see, if I'm gonna
That's
pay them
it.
this
That's
much.
it.
Let's
That's it.
let's let
That's
you
it.
know.
That's
Once
it.
once they see that, 90 days go by, woo, woo,
Uh-huh.
that's when I can, all right, now y'all not treating me right. Now
Right,
y'all
right,
not.
right. And let me just say this as we close out, G. And right before you came on, I was saying how God works. In other words, put it back on them. So it's been documented. In other words, your conversation with them said, I'm willing to do this based
Yeah,
off of that. And that's
yeah,
the same way God deals with us. God says this. He says, well, what you going to do with what you're already working with? In other
right.
words, it's easy to say, well, God, because if you do this
If
for
I
me, if you
had
do
to,
that for me, I'll do this. But the truth to the matter is, He's already given you everything that you need. The question is, are you going to take what He's giving you and work and do what you say you can do? So that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be looking at you saying, okay, young man, you told us this. Now we got to see it in action. And once we see it in action, guess what? That gives you the ability to go back and say, I told you what I was about. Now let's put it where it is. Listen, we love each and every one of you all. Thank you all for joining us. G, thank you for that 7 minutes you took us somewhere. Look, you had me over here sweating and preaching and everything, and you came in 7 minutes and do what you always do. We appreciate each and every one of you all for joining us this morning. Listen, make sure you come back on this coming Friday. I'm gonna have a special guest for you. You always know we try to do our part. To the Faith and Tea family, have a phenomenal day on purpose. And listen, this is what I need you to do. I need you to put a smile on your face, and the faces that you come in contact with today, as G always says, don't take advantage of people, but make sure that you lift yourself up, because it's a bad thing that, as he say, the audacity to mess somebody else's day up because you having a bad day. But I guarantee you this much, that if you put God first in your life, your day will definitely become a better day. Have a phenomenal day, and we will see you once again. G, I love you, man, and I'm so proud of you. To the Faith and Tea family, we will talk. God bless you.